Okay. So yeah, that's probably the easiest one really. Plus it's quick. Do 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 do. Return to academia. Time to mission 12 hours. Also, I believe something like that. Cyan, we have 20. Burnet, we have 19. Seppi, we have 8. And what was the other one? I'm not sure. Whatever, doesn't matter. Can check in with our chocobos. And check the Crystarium. Also, I think on mission day you can go to the terrace and speak to Aki and Fuyu. Or no, at the main gate. What am I talking about? And there is something kind of weird coming up, but we'll get into that here in a bit. Sneaky, evasive, sneaky, 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 evasive, sneaky. Yeah. Sneaky, 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 sneaky. Woo-hoo-hoo! Your chocobo laid eggs, didn't you know? Okay. So we can check the Crystarium before we head to mission day and such. Let's see what we got going on around here. Annals of Orient. Militus, invention of Magitech armor. After suffering defeat at the hands of the Lorican Alliance in the Second Lorican Militesi War, the Militesi Empire hastened its development of new weapons, Hasty Stephen style. Relying on the power of their crystal, their aim was to invent more powerful and more advanced machinery. Thanks to their sea engine, the Empire was already light years ahead of the Alliance in regard to crystal energy extraction. By increasing the engine's efficiency and functionality, Imperial researchers succeeded in crafting a weapon infinitely more powerful than their tanks and dreadnoughts. Magitech armor, dun dun dun. Equipped with legs, the Magitech armor was vastly superior to the Empire's tanks in reaction speed and maneuverability over irregular terrain. Moreover, with the MA's increased firepower, Militus was confident in its abilities to resist the Alliance's Black Paladins. Black Paladins? What the beep? I think those would be called Fell Knights. The development of advanced weaponry was made possible by fine-tuning the Empire's energy supply system. The Imperial government installed enormous high-output sea engines throughout the state to extract energy from the crystal. Those engines then distributed the energy to smaller sea engines, which then used that energy to generate power for the Empire's various arms factories. As a result, energy from the crystal flowed across the entire Empire, and mass production of a fleet of Magitech armor was underway. Good times. The Third Lorican Militesi War. Having succeeded in mass-producing Magitech armors, the Militesi army now sought an opportunity to test the power of its new mechs. Once again, the Empire threw down the gauntlet, and the Lorican Alliance accepted the Militesi challenge. Believing their position advantageous, the Black Paladins took up their arms of Agido once more and proceeded to the border. Thus began the Third Lorican Militesi War. The Black Paladins managed to hold their own against the MAs, but they were unable to demonstrate the crushing strength they had been shown in the previous war. The Alliance army, consisting of knightly orders of only a few dozen warriors each, was overwhelmed by the sheer number of the Imperial Army and its myriad battalions, regiments, and divisions. In the end, the Black Paladins were annihilated. That sucks. In wars past, the Imperial Army would have advanced on the Black Peristyllium, where the Black Tortoise Crystal would have presumably fought back with l'Cie. However, seeing as the Empire's objective was purely to test the abilities of its newly developed MAs, Military Central Command determined the Empire possessed neither the strength nor sufficient reason to engage a Lorican l'Cie. As the Alliance army took flight, the Empire pulled back its troops, and the war came to a close. And that's the way it was for the whole summer. The Great Orient's War. Steeled and strengthened through centuries of war, each crystal state had developed formidable fighting forces. This increased military might convinced each head of state the possibility of unifying Orients under one banner was more than just a dream, building momentum towards all-out war. In addition to the arms race, the waning of the crystal's power drove the four state leaders to expedite their war efforts. The crystals were the source of all four nations' military strengths. Without them, the armies would be non-existent. However, extracting energy from the crystals exasperated their deterioration, as demonstrated by the production of the King's sword and armor, and the operation of multiple Magitech armor factories in Lorica and Militis, respectively. Fearing the weakening of the crystals to be permanent, each nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for... Each nation realized that now was the perfect opportunity to annihilate the others. It began as a border dispute between the Dominion and the Empire. Concordia launched an assault on Rubrum's rear guard, to which the Dominion responded by summoning the verboten Eidolon Leviathan, escalating the war. While Militis focused on attacking the Dominion, Lorica seized the opportunity to deploy troops to the Empire. Thus the curtain rose on the Great Orient's War. Having already successfully driven the Dominion out of Moreau, the Empire continued its advance into the Isca region. The Alliance rallied its knights in hopes of seizing the Barith region, but the King and the Black Paladins left Jubanla for Isca in order to see how the King's sword and armor fared in combat. At the same time, the Vermilion Bird l'Cie, Kiyosaki, also headed to Isca in order to repel the Empire. There, Kiyosaki engaged the Lorican King, and it is said that the two warriors died impaled on each other's blades. Well, that's no good. The Empire lost more than half of its Magitech armor fleet, collateral damage in the clash between King and l'Cie. With the Alliance fast approaching from the north and the Imperial fleet in shambles, Militesi territory was extremely vulnerable, but with the help of its l'Cie, the Empire managed to escape its perilous plight. The Great Orient's War raged on, army clashing against army, l'Cie against l'Cie. However, as the struggle continued, each nation's crystal began deteriorating even more rapidly than before. Each state expended an exorbitant amount of energy to replenish the weapons, armor, and magic it had lost. Moreover, each crystal expended its own power to defend itself through the creation of l'Cie. Eventually, it became obvious to all that the power of all four crystals was waning. So on Vetsuman's 4, in the year 359, the four nations of Orient ordered a ceasefire and began preparations for a peace treaty. You're damn right. And that's how they got shit done. Anything else here? A charge on the border. Moreau was precariously positioned on Rubrum's border with Militis. Now that it had successfully established a base in the region, the Dominion hoped to reclaim all the land extending to what had been its western border at the onset of war. The east bank of Big Bridge. Central Command mobilized the legions accordingly and set the campaign in motion. The goal of the operation was to seize Renown Hill, which overlooked the entire western border. However, the Empire had already established a stronghold at Renown, and so the Dominion had no choice but to eliminate every Imperial base along the east bank in order to secure the hill. Surprisingly, the Empire put up very little resistance to the Dominion offensive. The Imperial army was already rallying its forces along the border in preparation for a simultaneous strike with Concordia, and any troops left on the east bank were nothing more than roadblocks meant to slow Rubrum's advance. Although the legions incurred some casualties, the Dominion succeeded in seizing Renown Hill. After toppling one Imperial base after another, Rubrum managed to restore its borders to their original state. So that was a success, was it not? The Battle on the Beach. Not quite the Big Bridge, but I suppose it works. Driven from the Dominion, the Imperial forces rallied in their homeland and, along with the Royal Army, began formulating a renewed offensive. Hoping to buy time to regroup, Militus initiated Operation Typhoon, a surprise amphibious assault targeting the Sothoth coast on the far side of Rubrum. When Dominion Central Command heard the Empire had landed, they decided to deploy a small elite task force to destroy the beachhead and halt the operation before the Imperial troops could move inland. Like clockwork, the cadet task force assigned to the job arrived at Sothoth and demolished the beachhead before the Empire could advance, and the Empire's campaign ended in failure. That's a shame.
You get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
The Empire's Top Gun. Uh-oh. Meh. Colonel Faith's Revolt. The Dominion succeeded in liberating Ibon, but it failed to take out the Empire's top gun, Colonel Faith. I thought it was Tom Cruise. After a violent confrontation at Ibon, Faith escaped his pursuers and took refuge in the surrounding woods until the Dominion legions withdrew. He promptly leapt to his feet as soon as the coast was clear and initiated an uprising. Faith seized the town of Toga, where he and his men began preparations for their retreat to Militus. Dismayed to hear the recently recovered Toga had once again fallen into the Empire's clutches, the Commandant quickly considered plans to deploy the legions and prevent Faith's repatriation. However, after some consideration, he determined that the main army currently stationed along the Imperial border would not make it back in time to halt the Colonel's retreat. Thus, he chose to dispatch a battle-ready cadet task force. Faced with fierce opposition from the Imperial forces, the cadets succeeded in freeing Toga, but Faith once again eluded his would-be captors, and the mission ended in failure. That's too bad. But that's how it goes. Alright. Historical person. Arya Son. I don't know if we read that before. Probably. I don't know. Anybody now? More vermilion birds, that's pretty much it. There's a lot of these things floating around. Let's see, Armad. Dragon Claris. There's still a lot more to go, too. Idol and Arcana. Calamity. Whoa, look at the size of this fart knocker. This Ifrit class Eidolon relies on nothing but its two fiery fists in battle, and naturally specializes in close quarters brawls. Although opinion remains divided over its performance between the various units, all Dominion legionaries will agree that Calamity truly shines when engaged in melee. Apparently so. And Troll! He's a troll! He's an internet troll, damn it. Although its HP may be somewhat lower than that of its Golem-class counterparts, Troll is nevertheless a resilient warrior. Moreover, this Eidolon is blessed with perpetual regen status. Nice! Meaning that it will remain alive until its summoning period is ended. Its sturdy frame and constant regeneration allows Troll to infiltrate combat zones where fire is so fierce even Ifrit-class Eidolons are unable to approach. Fun. Fun, 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 fun. Enemy Compendium. 1,820 of these dudes. Super Soldier 432. 16. 57. 68. 88. Stupid freak. Militesi Curl 73. Airborne Trooper 6. Emerald 40. I'm a man. I'm 40. 77 Strikers. 122 Warriors. 54 Prometheus and Bobs. 40 Colossi. Blackburn's new. We defeated one of these. Blackburn. In developing the second aerial MA, engineers borrowed a considerable amount of technology from the Helldiver. The inspiration for this model. However, they did a complete overhaul of the interior mechanisms and in turn succeeded in nearly doubling the Blackburn's maximum output and increasing maximum velocity to 448 miles per hour. Moreover, thanks to the advent of more compact C engines, the S-497 Airborne MA boasted improved cruising speed and operation time, allowing this MA to cover the entire battlefield with ease. At the onset of war, all but a handful of machines were under construction with only one anywhere near completion. That MA was re-outfitted with custom equipment sanctioned under a new name, the Gabriel, and presented to Brigadier General Kator Bashtar. The general quickly set out to test his new MA in combat with overwhelmingly positive results. The Blackburn, by contrast, did not see its first battle until Colonel Faith piloted the new model in the skirmish at Ibon. Mass production of the airborne MA moved along at a rather slow pace, and there were only 57 functioning units in existence by the end of the war. That's too bad. Freaking Gabriel. Frionak. Martinet 60. Thunderdrum 63. Nomad 10. Midsize Carrier 3. Draco Knight 1, of course. Undigs 181. Ankeg 79. Kapawire 55. Flame Blonde 192. Electric Flan 16, Aqua Flan 75, Evil Eye 177, Bad Eye still only 2. God damn it! Dark Eye 14, Bomb You Want It 95, Thunder Bomb 15, Double Corns only 2, Diceratops 5, Marduk Behemoth, now 3. Okay. Record of service. Slayer Spoils 5. The Phantoma Menace 5. All these new things. Education Love 2. Commander's Orders 2. Secret of Ancient Agado 5. Stand-Up Supplier 5. SPP Scavenger 5. Monster Pursuit 5. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. I think it's time to get to mission day. That's what I think. How many tags of knowing or whatever do we have? Knowing tag 11. I think there's an achievement for getting 25 of them. I think. Something like that. I haven't really found a whole lot of them as of late, but yeah.
Good work.
Shut up. Alright. The Battle of Judeca, level 29. Rubrum assigns cadets to airship squadrons and prepares to engage Concordia in an air battle. So So the two upcoming missions are pretty cool. Central Command estimates the point of encounter with Concordia's Dragon Fleet to be the airspace over the Strait of Giudecca. Class 0 must send a squad of up to 10 to assist in the operation. Up to 10. So upcoming's kind of a weird thing. So we actually have to assemble at the airship landing, which is different. Our dreadnoughts will be equipped with powerful long-range turrets capable of firing concentrated magic energy. They should be of great use in our airborne battle against the Kingdom's wyverns. Apparently so. Before you go there, we went ahead to the front gate and talked to...
Good luck.
What's their names?
We're counting on you.
Shut up. Nobody likes you. Lord Juyu will be joining the Dreadnought fleet for the fight against Concordia. I trust he will guide our legions to victory on the Eastern Front. Everyone's making a big fuss about the Kingdom's dragons, but they're not so scary if you just think of them as giant chocobos. They're probably feeling pretty proud of themselves for invading our territory. Now's our chance to show them what a foolish mistake it really was. You damn right. Looks like it's the Dominion against the world now. Down with Militus, and down with Concordia! There is no Lassie in all of Orient more powerful than Lord Juyu. We have truly been blessed by the Vermilion Bird Crystal. I don't know about that, but you never know. Yeah, you want to talk to these fart knockers. I'm not worried about Fuyu. She'll be fine. She is my sister, after all. At times, but her magic is top-notch. I should know. I trained her myself. Aki says she believes in me, but I can tell she's really worried I won't make it back alive. I appreciate her concern, but it doesn't matter what happens to me either way. Nobody in my class ever notices me anyway, and they're just going to forget about me if I die, so it doesn't really make a difference whether I make it back alive or not. Yes, it does. Don't talk that way. So that continues, like, the series of chats you can have with them. I don't remember if there's, like, actually
good luck.
A reward for it or anything, but you get some dialogue at least. While every nation is fundamentally entitled to its own culture and customs, the Empire's conception of right and wrong is inexcusable in the context of Orient's law. Okay.
Good luck to you.
Quiet, you. I pray that you cadets will return safely from the kingdom, for without you there is no future for the Dominion. So we actually want to head to the airship landing.
Good luck.
Though our enemies may conceal their anxiety better than we do ours, they too are desperate. He who is willing to make the most sacrifices shall be crowned victor. I do hope you intend on taking responsibility for all that has happened. After all, you're the ones who got us into this predicament in the first place. Okay. I've got a little boy waiting for me at home. He's the reason I've got to make it back alive. It's my first mission. I'm still not very confident, but I'll do the best I can. That's all you can do, man. That's all you can do. Ram! Machina will surely be back any moment, won't he? Then again, I suppose you wouldn't have any idea when he might return either. Forgive me for asking. No problem.
I'm ready for you.
I've never even seen a dragon up close, let alone fought against one. And then to think we'll be up against thousands of them. There's no way I'll make it back alive. I'm scared too, but we can't back down now. The Dominion needs us. Let's promise each other that no matter how terrifying it gets out there, we won't turn and run. Meh. Now my poor children are heading to the front, and it's all your fault, Kupo. You got them into this mess, so the least you can do is make sure they get back to Academia safe and sound, Kupo. Oh, wow. Okay. Just running around like a punk.
On you.
Shut up. Attention, in front. Make sure you are fully aware of how to operate the Dreadnought turrets. Okay. Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh.
Nothing is missing again. Where could he be? To think that he would flake out before this big a mission. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he'll be back soon.
Shut up, Jack.
My, aren't we the eternal optimist?
Flattery won't get you anywhere.
It's not flattery.
Yeah.
Oh, found you.
Nagi.
What now? Oh, come on. Don't get all uptight. It's a genuine order.
Well, what's it say?
The troops engaging the Imperial forces to the west need reinforcements. The order is to send some members from Class 0.
All right.
I would bet even just 3 of you could take out a whole platoon. They're counting on you. Oh, by the way, I'm on the Eastern Line, so maybe we'll meet in the skies.
Maybe. Maybe not. Do-do-do-do-do. So you definitely want to save here. I mean, obviously. Almost 47 hours of gameplay, goddammit. How you doing? We must defend the Dominion with our lives. Never again shall our fair city suffer the brutality of foreign invasion. Our first priority needs to be securing control of the airspace if we want to stand a chance against Concordia. Whether I take on the Empire by land or the Kingdom by air, it's going to be a tough battle. Yes, it is. Having the will to survive is important, but it's not enough. Only those who adequately prepare themselves before they march end up making it out alive.
Good luck.
Shut up. If we had an idea of what the enemy was plotting, we could devise our own counter-strategy. But that Sid Alstein is just impossible to read. The Empire may hide within their iron walls, but mark my words, we will claw our way through steel if we must. We will cross Big Bridge, we will infiltrate, and we will be victorious! You Class 0 cadets truly have a knack for attracting those pesky l'Cie, Kubo. Engage them if you so choose, but at least do us a kindness and keep those fiends away from the rest of us, Kubo.